wanted to talk about subtleties. And I've been studying people, not only through profession, but also in hobbies for decades now. And subtleties are one of the hardest things to pick up on, even when you're experienced. Because you can get a read on somebody, but sometimes you can make the wrong interpretation on something. A behavior that you thought favored one outcome, only to find out that you misread the person. So, the reason I bring this up is because you as a man have two choices. You can look for subtleties and kind of operate like a sniper and wait for your right shot, the right moment to behave. Or you can just say fuck it and not wait for signs and make things happen for yourself. It's not always going to work out. Sometimes you'll take action that backfires. But if you don't have a fragile ego and you're not worried about rejection or any of that shit, you'll get rewarded way more than you'll lose by kind of approaching things in a sense of, like, maybe in the sales world they would call assuming the sale, kind of like the bull in the china shop. You know, if you approach women like you're giving them the opportunity to be with you, and you know you're the top dog, you know you're the best looking in the room, whatever, you have that confidence, you're going to win way more than you're going to lose. That being said, your environment dictates everything. Because if you live in a small town and you approach things without any strategy, like a bull in a china shop, people talk and everybody's going to know about you really quick. And now you'll have another set of problems. Because people will look at, oh, here's that guy who's just hitting on everybody. Here's that guy who's always up in everybody's business, you know, talking to everybody, you know, whatever. So that type of personality is going to pay off way more for you in a city. Now, one of the things that men make mistakes on is listening to women for advice on how to live life. And it's not like anything malicious, although it could be with some people. But women are biologically designed. Now, this is just generalizing, so if there's, you know, a woman sees this and this isn't her, don't get all butthurt. This is just a generalization. Most women, they are biologically designed to be passive and wait for things to happen. They're used to just showing up, right? So like if you're a really good-looking woman, you don't ever have to make anything happen. People will approach you, right? It's why they have that saying, if a woman can, if she's beautiful enough, she just waits at the finish line and fucks the winners. Men can't do that. Even like the top tier men have to take action most of the time. Once in a while, you know, things pay off and opportunity presents itself. But generally when that happens, it's a predator who knows you have resources or knows something about you or knows about your status. Do you really want a girl that's only attracted to you for those reasons? So when you get that stuff, it's going to take on a whole new set of options or problems for you. But back to taking advice from women, because they're passive by nature, if you take advice from women on how to live your life as a man, you're going to basically turn into a woman and be passive. And it doesn't work if both parties are passive. Somebody has to be the aggressor. And it doesn't mean it's aggressive in a bad way, but somebody has to be taking action and someone has to be receiving that action. And so it's a balance, you know. But you as a man are going to have way more opportunities for yourself if you don't pay attention to subtleties and assume the sale. Assume that you're what people want. Assume, and this is not just relationship, this is like business, this is everything you've done in life. Socialization. assume that people will want to have you in their life. Assume that you already bring value, because if you're working on yourself, you do. Bring something to the table, but a lot of that starts with what you think of yourself. So if you're not working on yourself, if you're not putting in the work, if you don't look good, if you don't dress well, if you don't have good hygiene, well then you're not going to have the confidence to behave that way. And so when you behave like the bull in the china shop, the guy who assumes a sale, it's just going to come across as creepy because you don't take care of yourself. But if you do take care of yourself, and you're not like socially awkward about it, and you just assume the sale, the people that are going to like you are going to like you, and the people that aren't going to like you. But it doesn't matter, because you're going to at least give them the opportunity to make their mind up. Whereas if you're passive, you're literally taking away people's opportunity to decide if they like you or not. And that's why I always harp on the only thing that anyone respects, whether it's in nature or, any type of social situation, is action. You can think about stuff, you can strategize, you can analyze. None of it matters if you're not willing to take action. And so while looking for subtleties can help you, you got to read the room, you got to read the environment. Are you in a city? Are you in a small town? Are you in a place, they tell you don't shit where you eat. So are you in a place that you go regularly and you're worried and you actually have a fragile ego and care about what people say? If you don't care about what people say, you can charm everybody. So one person doesn't like it, that doesn't matter, because if you're charming, everybody else that you can interact with in that environment isn't going to care. It's when you're socially awkward and you do creepy shit. So as long as you keep making yourself the prize, make sure you're active, not passive. Make things happen. Don't wait for things to happen. And that's the problem with a lot of us, myself especially, is we chose career paths that require the approval of too many other people in order to succeed. Whereas what I do now, it doesn't require anyone's approval. I just get up, I write for 4 hours, whatever. I go to the gym, then, I go back and shower, write some more, and I'm always out and about. And it's like now it's getting dark, but it's still like 8 o'clock where I am, and it stays light forever here because I'm in a certain degree of latitude where as the sun approaches the Tropic of Cancer, it stays light most of the day here. So I have all this energy, and I can just do whatever I want to do, and nobody's approval is required for me to succeed. That translates into every other aspect of my life. I wake up when I want, I go to bed when I want. As you start creating that for yourself, your options, people will start coming up to you. People will start inviting you to things because they'll talk to you at the gym, they'll talk to you at a coffee shop, and they'll be like, yeah, you're really interesting, man. What do you want to come to our book club? You want to get lunch after this? It's like you can start making friends with strangers, and it's not weird because you've been working on yourself. But if you're just antisocial and creepy, that shit isn't going to fly. So the subtleties don't matter when you aren't the prize. So you've got to work on yourself, become the prize, and then the subtleties don't matter so much. So I just wanted to get that out there. I don't know. It was something that was, I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I was. And if I don't write shit down, I forget about it. And half the time I'm burnt out from writing, so it's easier for me to do these vlogs. So I hope this finds you well. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I know I'm going to. I'll see you next time.